Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Barrel and Glass. I'm Tressa and I'm here to talk about your alcohol. So today we have the Monkey Shoulder, the original blended malt Scotch whiskey with us right now. The packaging, I love the packaging. It's great with a little bits of some unique features here. We'll get into the details soon enough. First, let's talk about its unique history. So, the Monkey Shoulder is produced by William Grant and Sons, which is a family-owned Scottish distillery. And this is the same distillery from where the iconic whiskies like Glenfiddich, the Balvenie and the Grant's blended whiskies come from. Now, let's talk about the Monkey Shoulder. Now, why does it have the term Monkey Shoulder? It has a very fun tie to the history of making whiskies. In the old times, during the process of whiskey distilling, maltmen or distillery workers used to manually turn the barley during the malting process. And this led to an injury, which sometimes caused an injury on the shoulder, which made it hang down in posture, which resembled the posture of a monkey. And this injury became known as the monkey shoulder. And the name was chosen as a tribute to the hard-working distiller workers who used to manually turn the barley during the malting process. So it gives like a playful approach but also acknowledge the history of whiskey making itself. Thankfully now people do not face the same injuries. Technology has advanced, the process improved, and thankfully no more monkey shoulders for workers. Now let's talk about the production process and what exactly goes into making the Monkey Shoulder original malt Scotch whiskey. The very first key ingredient that we need is malted barley. So the barley is sourced typically from the Speyside region of Scotland. And this barley is soaked in water and is left to germinate, turning it into malted barley. This process activates the enzymes that converts starches into fermentable sugars, which is a very essential part of the fermentation process. So this is the very first step as well. The second ingredient is water that is used. So the water for the Monkey Shoulder is sourced from the springs of the Speyside region. So what is water used for? It is used during multiple stages of the production. It is used for mashing, fermentation and the dilution process. The third main ingredient that goes into making the Monkey Shoulder is yeast. So yeast is added during the fermentation process to convert the sugars from the malted barley from the first step and convert it into alcohol. So this mixture of the malted barley, water and yeast is left to ferment in large wash bags, which converts the sugar into alcohol, and this creates a liquid called as the wash. And this particular liquid will have around 8 to 10% alcohol content. So once the fermentation process is done, the wash then goes for the distillation process, the next step, which is the distillation process. They are placed in oak cask for maturation. Once the wash is distilled, the liquids that we get from the process is then stored in oak cask and is left to be matured. So what kind of casks are used to mature the Monkey Shoulder? So the Monkey Shoulder uses American oak barrels, which are usually often ex-bourbon casks, and a combination of sometimes sherry casks as well. And then the spirit is aged for several years, typically between 3 to 5 years, and left to mature in this cask to develop its flavors. These include like smooth vanilla, oaky and honey sort of flavors. Now the Monkey Shoulder is, as you can see, blended malt Scotch whisky, which means it is a blend of single malt whiskies from multiple distilleries. So the primary distilleries used in the production is Glenfiddich, Balvenie and Kinnin. These single malts are blended together to create this consistent smooth flavor of Monkey Shoulder. After the blending process comes the next step, which is the filtration and dilution process. So the whiskey after blending is filtered to remove any kind of impurities and ensure there is clarity in the whiskey. And then it is diluted with water to bring it to the desired alcohol content, in this case 40% ABV. As you can see over here. There are no additional flavoring or coloring added to the Monkey Shoulder. It all comes from the natural ingredients of barley and yeast and the process itself. And then it is bottled and shipped to us. So what makes this Monkey Shoulder Whisky unique in its production is that it's a no-grain whiskey. Like I mentioned before, it blends the whiskies from 3 different distillers, and all 3 are single malt whiskey, again no grain whiskies. And another unique thing about it is how it uses the oak cask that was previously used for aging bourbon, so ex-bourbon casks, and sometimes uses the sherry cask if any kind of additional complexity is needed to be added. And unlike many other single malt whiskies, this is also cocktail friendly. That means it can be used to make cocktail, unlike other whiskies which people prefer to have it neat or with ice. Now let's take a closer look on the bottle itself. As you can see in the bottle, it comes with its trademark monkeys, the 3 monkeys over here, emphasizing on its name. As you can see, that's like a 3D version of it over there. And this you can see is from the batch 27. The malt master has also signed on it to show the approval of it. And here they are also mentioning how the term Monkey Shoulder came through. We also have a few other details over here, like the tasting notes, the aroma notes, the alcohol percent, which is 40%. And we will soon be opening the seal to do the taste test. So now let's go ahead and remove the seal of the Monkey Shoulder and give this a smell test. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the seal for this. As you can see, there's a little tab over here that will get you started on opening the seal. So you can see this has a wooden cork. Let's give this a smell test. The smell is amazing. It has a very sweet vanilla-y smell to it. As soon as you smell, that's what hits you first. Yes, and now we move on to the taste test. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in a glass. Give this a nice swirl to open up the flavors and give this a taste. That is amazing. I love it. You can immediately taste the vanilla on your tongue and followed by honey, spicy and sort of on a lighter note, a bit fruity as well. Now let's talk about the food pairings that goes great with the Monkey Shoulder. The first one, as most alcohol goes really well, is cheese, specifically aged cheddar cheese. Another food pairing that goes amazing with this is spicy food itself. Chocolate goes really well with it, especially if it's like some sort of chocolate dessert or dark chocolate as well, complements really well with this whiskey. Grilled meat is another great option. By grilled meat, something like barbecue ribs, steak or roasted chicken goes really well with this whiskey. And finally, of course, you can pair it with nuts if you want to go on a lighter note. Now coming to how you can drink this, like I mentioned before, the Monkey Shoulder does a really good job in making cocktails compared to other single malt whiskies, which is preferably to be had neat. So I'm going to list some of the cocktails you can try making with the Monkey Shoulder whiskey. The first one is whiskey sour. So this is basically Monkey Shoulder, lemon juice, sugar and optionally some egg whites. Second is old fashioned, which is Monkey Shoulder, sugar cubes, bitters and orange zest. So the Monkey Shoulder is priced between 170 to 200 dirhams in UAE. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried Monkey or if you would like to try Monkey Shoulder. And don't forget to click on the like, share and subscribe button. I'll see you next time.